Just a big long thing of my screen staying the same.
And hearing all
Uh-huh. So I'll go trim off whatever. All right, so now we're rendering. Let's make these other buttons work, right?
that.
So
Yeah.
all of our buttons are kind of working. So we need to make the delete, the reset, and the equals key work. So let's do that next. Let's do operator, or actually it's going to be, let's do the delete key first. Delete key dot add event listener, and it's going to be click, and then it's going to be handle delete. Okay. So one thing with VS Code that I don't think I've ever showed you all, if you have typed something and you're like, oh, I wanted that to be a string, and you didn't, you can just highlight that thing and then hit the quotes, and it will wrap whatever in the string for you. So you don't have to add it to both sides. You can just highlight whatever you wanted it to be.
But hitting it again doesn't make it go away.
No, that's what Command Z is for. Okay, so everybody got that? Let's go up to underneath the handle operator, and we will const handle delete equals, we don't need the event because delete key doesn't, we don't care about the actual event here. Anytime delete key is pushed, we're going to do the same thing, which is we're going to take the last thing off of current value. Okay, so if we've typed 3, 2, 1, we're going to take the 1 off and then return 3, 2. Okay, so current value is going to equal current value, and then there is a function on strings called substring. Okay, if you do dot sub, you should see the function come up. Okay, there's 2 of them. One of them has a line through it. That means it's deprecated. Don't use it. It's old. Okay, there should be a reason, something else that is available. So this one's substring, and substring takes 2 things. It takes the start number and the end number. So you can see here, start number and end number. So a string has a length on it, just like an array does, of however long the string is. So if you have a number or a word that has 5 characters, then that's the length, is 5. Okay, so our start number, just like on an array, starts with 0, and then our end number is whatever the length is. Okay, minus 1, because the length is going to be 5, but the last number in the 5 is going to be 4, right? So we're going to start with 0. We want to keep 0, but we want to do length, or current value dot length minus 1 to get rid of the last one. Okay, I'm going to save it and then type a bunch of numbers in and hit delete. Oh yeah, we have to render. Don't forget to render.
I feel like we have a bunch of phrases that we should put on t-shirts by the end of this.
Don't forget to render.
We did on the const handle delete.
Handle delete, yep. Okay. We're so close.
There it is, okay.
Yeah, don't forget to render.
It's only supposed to delete the current number or the previous?
Just one number off of it. So if you watch,
Oh,
I do 7, 8, or 8, 7, 9, and then I hit delete, it's going to take the 9 off. If I hit it again, it's 7 off. And then the 8. So, okay, so everybody delete works? All right, let's do reset. Okay, at the bottom, after delete key, reset key, dot add event listener, on click, and we're gonna say handle reset. Okay, and then we're going to add a function called handle reset. Once again, we don't care about the event. We're just gonna do current value equals an empty string. So reset's gonna set everything back to the initial state. Okay, so previous value is equals to blank string, and operator is equal to blank string. And then render. Don't forget to render. Okay, so now if I have a bunch of stuff, -3 times 3 plus 5, and I hit reset, I should go straight back to normal. So, one more key, and then we have a functioning calculator.
Happy times.
Look at this. Good times.
Don't forget to render.
Don't forget to render.
Why I can't drink out of this cup? I've spilled myself like 7 times.
Did you get it in your mouth?
Yeah, drinking problem.
It kind of works.
Yeah.
75%.
Yeah.
It's me, it's
60% of the time, works every time. Got it?
I think.
Yep. All right. Equals key. Add event listener. Click. Handle equals. We'll add that function up here. Const handle equals. Again, we don't care about the event. So this one is going to say if not previous output or previous value and not, or actually just not previous value. If there's no previous value, we don't want equals key to do anything because it can't do anything. So return. Otherwise, previous value is going to equal, well actually we'll say current value first. We don't want to remove previous value yet. Current value equals calculate function. And then previous value is equal to blank string. And operator is equal to blank string. Don't forget to render. Okay, 2 plus 2 equals 4. Plus 3 equals 7. Reset. Functioning calculator. Now we just need to fix that dumb CSS that doesn't push this down like it should. Everybody's working?
I mean,
For some reason I have this red squiggly line on the handle equals.
That would mean that your handle equals doesn't exist. Oh, wait, just kidding, go back. It's because
3
you don't have a comma in between click and handles equals.
plus 3 doesn't equal anything. But minus 3. Doing it.
Got it? Equals works?
The equal doesn't work yet.
Oh no.
Let's see what I got.
Did you forget to render?
I didn't put anything. I missed a step. That's what I did.
Oh wait, go to the bottom.
You don't have.
You don't have a event listener for it
Yeah, you
yet.
go, that's why. Yeah, because I missed that. You were already.
It's at the bottom
You don't have
of mine.
Oh, it's at the very bottom.
It's okay, doesn't matter where it's at.
Okay, that's easy. Then space.
So, the way we wrote these functions, this is known as functional programming,
It's concatenating yours.
meaning that I could call any of these functions and they'll always do the same thing, right? So right now I have this global variable that's the values. What I would typically do is I would have it pass that value somehow to those functions, as opposed to having the functions get them from the global, and then that would be called functional programming. Next time we're going to rewrite this script and we're going to use classes, and that will be object-oriented programming. Okay, so in JavaScript, functional programming is more what you do, but it's good to know the other side, because sometimes you'll run into object-oriented, and sometimes it'll make sense to write object-oriented, but for the most part, functional is the way that most things are written. That's not always true,
What the heck
but
just happened to my plus?
sometimes.
All of a sudden, it's just not working.
You got something right here. Cannot read properties of null. Add event listener.
Okay.
And then I keep that volume.
I'm assuming it's on your operator one. Let me go down. Something here?
Yeah, handles, yeah, I just typed that in for the equals.
Why does it have a line
So
over it?
I don't know, I just did.
Could not find- wait.
Yeah, there should already, yeah.
Could not find handle equal. Did you mean handle equals?
Does yours do that?
Yes.
For the equals?
Yeah, you probably call it equals.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
so then I have to change that too.
So it looks like your,
Nope, that one
now that you're
was called equal.
That was equal, okay. So, but that's gonna make that much of a change, I mean, it's gonna take
Yeah.
away my plus key.
Well, it'll break like
oh, yeah.
It's still doing something
That's
there.
the
read properties of null
Yeah, the thing.
on script 89. It doesn't look like it refreshed.
That's
It's
what it
89
is, yeah,
here.
it's okay. So let me just go back and refresh that.
Oh, you're getting quick with that.
Still add event listener of null. So
89?
let's go back to your equals. So go up to the top.
All the way. Equal key,
Change that to equals.
there we go, equals.
And then go back to browser. So and what's happening is the reason that your operator key stopped working is it was after your equals key.
Oh, yeah. that
So
is-
like it got to that point and it could run everything
and
else,
it couldn't,
but it couldn't run the rest of that.
exactly, so there you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, one more thing. 15 minutes left. We don't have this theme thing styled, but we can make this theme thing work. So
The thing.
the theme switcher. So we can make it work, but not styled. Okay, so we're going to grab a hold of our theme switcher. Okay, so we're gonna say const theme options equals document dot query selector all theme option. Okay. So now what we can do is at the bottom, underneath all this, we'll just add a theme options dot for each
Was that dot theme underscore or
dot theme hyphen
hyphen
option.
option? Okay.
Okay. So I'm gonna call this TO for theme option. Let's see. Set change. I'll just see if this works. Why?
Does it does.
So I'm just looking for what the. I haven't done straight JavaScript with form elements for a little bit. Checked or selected, maybe. Checked. Okay. So I'm just going to write this right here. Well, we can write a function. We'll write a function for it. Okay, so we're going to do. So TO means theme option, because I'm lazy and I don't want to write it. Okay. Handle theme select. Okay, so TO add event listener. The event we're listening to is change. Okay.
Okay.
And we're going to call handle theme select. Then up under handle equals, we're going to add a new handle theme select. We do care about the event. Okay. We're going to say if event.target.checked then we're going to say let's see, how did we name these in our style? Secondary, tertiary, and root. So one, two, three. Okay. So we're going to now switch on event.target.id. In the case that it is 1, we're going to say, we need to select the HTML as well. So pause there, go back up to the top. We're going to say const root equals document dot query selector HTML. And it's just HTML in a string. There's no dots. So we're selecting the element. Okay. Back down to our handle theme select. We're going to say HTML or root dot class name equals. So we're going to take all the class names off. Okay, and then we're going to break. We're going to do case 2 root dot class name equals. I think it has to have that. No, just secondary. That's right. Okay, break case 3 root dot class name equals tertiary break. And I'll just make the default the same as the first one. See if that works. Oh, it looks terrible. So we obviously are missing some styles somewhere. So we need to go back through and change a few things based on whatever style it is, but it worketh-ish. Command Z. Command Z.
Oh, Command Z.
Yep, Command Z again. Just Command Z until you get whatever you erased back. Keep going.
Going back up though.
It's okay. There you go.
There it is. Okay, wow. That's something new.
And that is it. We now have the theme switcher also working. We need to change some styles, but we'll worry about that later. But this one?
Yeah.
Alright, let's, that thing, let me stay there for a second, I need to change mouse to change. That doesn't belong.
Yep, that looks good now.
That was it. Okay, I'll just go back and when we're ready, fix that. What doesn't work? Oh, yeah.
There's that.
Okay.
Make sure you update the case names and then what doesn't work? What button? All of them stopped working?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go look at the codes.
But I don't like the yellow and white. Is that just me?
Here we got root, that's good.
That's awful.
Oh, wait. Add a dot on theme option
Wait, it changes color. Orange
for
color.
your selector.
Alright,
At
let's
least it
figure
looks better.
let's figure it out, if you don't mind. It's
Yeah.
kind of bugging me. The one with the,
Open your inspector, let's just make
is
sure.
it just the division?
What's it say?
Yeah, you're not getting equals.
So probably in your theme function.
Oh, it is just division.
Go up a little bit.
That's really weird.
Oh,
Yeah.
get rid of that console log.
Oh.
And then go up to your. Okay, so now save.
It's under calculate, yeah.
just like I expected it to, except for the CSS is all,
So what did you
it's
have
all
to do?
wonky.
So I have the,
Oh, to change the thing?
issue with the thing, 'cause this is,
Okay,
this is.
so this is what we do, we change things, we click here.
Yeah.
Can we go back to your editor?
Well,
I don't know if that's the only line, but.
yeah,
Oh, you mean over here?
okay.
No,
Your
editor.
VS.
VS
Yes.
Code.
Oh, okay.
So go to the top and just make sure that you have
You have the HTML.
Check.
That's
theme
right.
option.
It's
Mhm.
smart.
Okay.
Put the dot,
Go to the bottom.
what's the dot? Look at sure I got the dot.
Go to the wherever your
Oh, okay, theme editor, theme, should be all at the bottom, yeah. Okay, theme options, yeah.
change handle theme select. Theme options.
Oh, this is okay over here.
Okay, go back up to the theme option function. Down a little bit. Right there. Handle theme select. If event.target.checked.
Oh,
Then
right.
switch event.target.id.
Current
Case
reference.
one.
Handle
And class
number.
name.
I'm okay here?
Current
Yeah, that's right.
Mhm.
Oh,
So go to your.
oh,
Okay.
just num, right?
Let's go back to your browser.
And then none, cause none was set to equal that.
Oh,
Then go to elements. And then click one of the buttons over there. One of the radios.
No.
One of the circles.
It doesn't equal.
Yeah, just click one of them.
no, the equal, oh, yeah.
So it's not doing what it should do. So, and there's no console errors.
Yeah, that's weird. Mm, okay.
So go back to your editor, VS Code,
There we go.
Okay, that works.
and in
So it's
the
taking
handle
away.
theme, or theme, yeah, handle theme switcher, down a little bit,
Try it again.
a bit further. So above the if, add a console log.
So like in here?
Mm-hmm.
So that's that,
No, that's a comment.
okay, console log.
Console.log.
Oh, just console.log, okay.
Mm-hmm. We're just gonna make sure that this function is being called when you change it. So anything you want inside of it. Oh, you gotta do the,
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Wait,
That
cool.
yep,
Quote.
and then quotes. Yep, no, that's right, quotes now,
Oh, okay,
and then whatever you want.
me.
Okay, go back to browser. Okay, choose one of the theme options.
Mm.
Class showed up. Go to console. Over here.
The problem is when you push.
So me is happening.
registers
So let's go look your
Yeah.
index HTML.
Probably in there then.
Yeah.
Mm.
Go to your
Change
theme.
that.
So this should be 1, and that should be 2, and that should be 3.
Oh, there we go.
I don't understand that it's not.
I must have probably guessed the guy to do the
Yeah.
specifics, huh?
So it was working, just it was setting everything to nothing,
Gotcha.
because that's what 1's supposed to do.
There you go, just
It's very smart.
smart like that. And,
Yay.
yay.
Yes. Theme selector's working?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shrees?
Yes, it's not my divide for